Today on our 2016 Ford Explorer, you're going to be taking a look at, I'm going to show you how to install the CURT Class 3 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C13386. This is what our hitch looks like when it's installed. As you can see, the receiver tube is nice and tucked in underneath the bumper fascia, so we're not going to have to worry about hitting our legs or our shins on it when loading and unloading the back of the vehicle. You can see the cross tube is partially visible, however it's a nice round tube design, so it's going to fit with the contour of the vehicle, and it's going to have a gloss powder coat finish that's going to help resist any rust or corrosion. You can see our receiver tube is going to have a nice reinforced collar, not only to give it that little bit of extra good look, but it's also going to help with a little extra stability on our receiver tube. It's going to be a 2" by 2". Our hitch pinhole is going to be 5/8 inch in diameter. Our safety chain loops are going to be plate style. It's going to be welded on the bottom of the cross tube and bottom of the receiver tube. So we're just going to be nice and solid there. We're going to have plenty of room for different size safety chain hooks. Now, as far as the weight capacity, you're going to have a 400-pound max tongue weight, which is a downward pressure on the inside of the receiver tube. You're going to have a 4,000-pound max trailer weight, which is a trailer plus a load included. Now, you can use weight distribution with this. Your tongue weight's going to go up to 500 pounds, trailer weight is going to go up to 5,000 pounds. However, I do recommend checking the owner's manual to make sure that your vehicle can withstand that amount of weight. You're going to want to go with the lowest number between the vehicle and the hitch. As far as the installation on this, it is a very simple installation. There's not going to be welding or drilling required. It's going to use existing weld nuts in the frame. Now let's give you a few measurements to help you when deciding on any hitch mount accessories you may need, such as a bike rack, ball mount, or cargo carrier. From the center of the hitch pinhole to the outermost part of the bumper will be about 3.5 inches. From the ground to the top innermost part of the receiver tube will be about 16.25 inches. Now let's show you how to get this installed. First thing we need to do to start our installation, we're going to take a strap. I'm going to hang it from the spring on one side, go underneath my exhaust, then hook it to the other spring on the other side. The reason we need to do this is we're going to have to lower our exhaust, and we want to make sure our exhaust is supported. Next, we're going to take a pry bar, the rubber isolator. You're going to have one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side, and you're going to have one right in the center by the strap. We're going to take some spray lubricant and spray down the posts, and we're going to take our exhaust off of the hanger. Next thing we need to do, we need to remove the brackets that are holding our rubber isolators. We're going to use an 18mm socket. You're going to have one on the passenger side and one on the driver's side that needs to be removed. And the only thing different between the driver and passenger side is the driver's side is going to have one more bolt. It's on the inside of the frame rail because we actually are removing the tow hook. Next, you want to remove your rubber isolators from your brackets. You're going to have a hex bolt like this. We're going to use a flat washer. You're going to go through the hanger, and then right here on the side of the hitch, you're going to have a little bracket. Put it on like that. Another flat washer, and then our nylon lock nut. And we want to do that same thing on the other side. So we'll take our pull wire, our carriage bolt, spacer block. We're going to thread our bolt onto our pull wire. This hole right here in the back of the frame, we're going to push our bolt first, and then our washer block. Now our spacer block, you notice one side's longer than the other. If you get this to where this is turned the wrong way, it's not going to sit flat. So when you push it up in there, try to push it up in there as close to how it's going to lay as possible. Next, we'll take our hex bolt that looks like this. We're only going to have half threads. We're going to put on a flat washer. We're going to take our rubber isolator that we removed from our hooks. On each side of the hitch, you're going to have a bracket like this. Take your bolt, your flat washer, slide it through your rubber isolator, push it through. We're going to put another washer on, and then a nylon lock nut. Then we'll use a 5" wrench and socket to tighten those down. And all we want is we want to be able to snug them down. We want this to be able to move. We're going to go ahead and get our hardware ready. We're going to have 4 hex bolts like this, conical tooth washer. Make sure that the teeth are facing away from the head of the bolt. They're going to be facing toward the hitch. On each side of the vehicle, we're going to have 2 weld nuts on the lower part of the frame. Our passenger side, we're going to have 3 mounting locations. One of them is going to be our carriage bolt that we installed. The other 2 are going to be existing hole weld nuts here. Driver side, we're only going to have 2 on the bottom of the frame rail. We're going to take our hitch, and on our driver's side, we're going to pull down our exhaust, kind of get it up over the top. That'll help hold it in place. Passenger side, we're going to take our pull wire and go into the corresponding hole, which is going to be this very back hole here. Go ahead and feed your pull wire in place. One of our hardware, a piece of hardware that we put together, we're going to put one of these in on each side of the vehicle to help hold our hitch in place while we install the rest of the hardware. To make it a little bit easier on yourself, it could help you out to have an extra set of hands to help kind of hold your hitch up there while you get the hardware in. Next, we'll take a 19mm socket. We're going to tighten down all of our hardware or hex bolts that we have installed. Next, we're going to take our flange nut. We're going to remove our pull wire. We're going to add our flange nut onto our other bolt here. Once you get that one installed, you can go ahead and tighten it down also. Next, you're going to torque all your hardware to the specifications and the instructions. Next, we'll just reinstall our exhaust in reverse order from the way we took it off. Once you have your exhaust up, you're going to remove your safety strap. That'll do it for a look at and installation on the CURT Class 3 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C13386 on our 2016 Ford Explorer.